We are going to learn how the configuration network address translation using the Cisco packet tracer, means the NAT. This purpose of NAT is to allow the private networks device to communicate with the external network using the Cisco packet tracer. Using the public IP addresses. The aim of this experiment is to configure the NAT on the router so the interface of the private IP can access an external server using an translated public IP address. What is a NAT? Network address translation is a meaning of NAT. It converts private IT to public IT so the external device can use it, improve its network security, save the public IP addresses. The topology, the overall, first I can explain the first overall topology explanation. PCO and PC1 are the internal switch, use this two, this one and this one are the internal switch that are used by an users, and the PC and the switch 0 and the router 0, the switch 0 connects the PCs, two PCs, the switch will connect the two PCs, and the router is a NAT router, the main device, and the router 3 is a external router used by an external person, and server 0 is a public server. Okay, communication flows I can explain: PC, switch, router, router 3 and the server. This way the communication means the left to right the communication flows. And next is types of NAT. You have the static NAT, dynamic NAT and the port address translation. It also known as NAT overloaded. The IP address plan I can explain that one. For PC0, inside that IP network is 192.168.1.2, same as PC1, same as PC1. And as for a router, we give the IP address inside that one as 1.1. It's already given, and for this also we can give that one. After that we give a server, inside we give a public IP address. Give a public IP address. And for PC configuration, we want to set the IP addresses and subnet cases and default gateway. For router inside, we need to put a code. The code I can explain here. First, we want to give an enable and configure terminal and interface G0.0, and we give the IP address, and we want to, this is the main of this, IP NAT inside and no shutdown and exist. Okay. Okay, next for code outside this interface G0.1 IP address, we give the IP address and IP NAT outside and no shutdown exists. Then create a access list. We want to create access list hyphen list one permit. You want to give the IPv address. This allows the entire private network into a public network. Next static, we want to configure the overload path using the IP NAT inside source list 1 interface G0.0/1 overload, and we want to configure the router verification command. The verification command for NAT table is that show IP NAT translation is inside. We can see that inside local, inside global, means 192.168.1.2 goes through 200.1.1. It is a global address. From what we get is from the inside local address. We want to check from PC0 we want to check the ping, that is PC0 ping 200.1.1.2. Okay, I will say the working process step by step. PC sends a packet with a private ID from this PC sends. Next, the router receives the packet. Then the router receives the packet from the PC, and the NAT converts a private ID to a public ID. Packet reaches a server replies to the public ID that comes from the packet server, and the router translate back to the private ID, and the PC receives the response. In this way, the private ID converts to a public ID, and the public ID then converts to the private ID. This way it talks. And the final result of this experiment is that network address translation NAT was successfully configured all, and the private network devices access the external devices server. The NAT overloaded establishes secure communication and efficiency public ID utilization. Thank you.